Well, I can't switch to Road to the Show on that negative of a note. So we will play a little bit more of this franchise. And we will start off by saying Jim says, hey, that's a great name. Thank you for the follow. We will start off by firing our scouts and bringing in the worst possible options for now. And we'll go ahead and bring in new people later. Because for the most part, there's nobody here that I would necessarily want. So, yeah. Hey, Jim. Jim, living up to his namesake, does indeed say hey. Okay. The draft just kicked us in the collective balls. Are we also going to still fail to make the playoffs? We enter September at 64-75. 13 games back of the division. 8 games back of the wild card. How do Pirates fans do this? This is abject torture. We'll call up Ramirez. We'll call up Charles Spencer. Easy does it. 4 September call-ups. 3 games against Houston. We win the series. 3 games against Cincy. We lose the series. We do beat Minnesota 2 out of 3. And we suffer an injury. Our catcher just broke his hand. Oh my God. We win the series against Washington. We cannot win the division. We're 7 games back in the wild card. We sweep Cleveland. 5.5 back in the wild card. 3 games against the Cubs. We lose the series. AAA does not make the playoffs. AA does not make the playoffs. Hate to tell you, Major League is not going to be making the playoffs. We will head into 2037 without a single playoff appearance. By this point, everyone will be on opioids. Fans won't feel a thing. Fair. Fair point. Doesn't make me feel any better. I'd ask for opioids, but then I'd be like, is Sheeping Giant, are you a cop? That's what you were wanting me to say, wasn't it? I hate this fucking team. What has happened? Oh my God. We missed the playoffs again. The drafts just went as poor. Fuck the stats for the season. Maybe. Do I even care? At least Ray Nunez is finally a 70. Darren McCauley hit 243 this year with 18 dingers. It's a sarcastic Brit. Well, we welcome you in. Welcome to my nightmare. 33 home runs for Vince Messer. Guerrero, 31 with 94 RBIs. How much money are you going to want? Pablo Ramirez is up to a 79. Second base-wise, Andy Holland has dropped. First, it was from a B to a C, and now he's dropped 3 overall points, and Scott Obama is our best second baseman. Former Rookie of the Year, Andy Holland, down to a 76 at 22. Yes, we can. Ricky Gutierrez, 27 home runs, 109 RBIs. He won't be making $4 million after his contract's up. Sweet Jesus. Fritas up to an 83, hit 244 on the year. Israel Gutierrez continues to develop into a very solid secondary option. Del Villar is still a Del Villar. Just, you're done. He is Rene Gutierrez. He's worse than Rene Gutierrez. Ruben Otto up to a 79. Hit 240 this year. Lewis Courtney, 23 home runs, hit 247. In a contract year. Fuck! Hinojosa behind him. Guess what? You might be the starter next year because I don't know if I can afford him anymore. And then Rivas up to a 79, hit 12 dingers this year. Our first round pick last year, Rick McCann, is basically MLB level. Montanez, first year of your new contract, has a 4.55 ERA. Delgado's deal is up, but he is in decline at 34. So if he's asking for too much money, he's out of here. Brandt had an over 5 ERA. So did Gill. So did Hughes didn't, at least. Howie Galloway was shit. You're definitely not coming back. All right, 2036. The year we got bent over. God, the Royals. The Royals have been able to bounce back and win a World Series before we can even make the playoffs. As they beat the Cardinals in 7. That's what you get for trading away that shortstop. What do the Royals look like? Oops. Yeah, they're... Oh, good! Good! Yeah, that's right. Last season, our ace that left, Bobby Tom Brady, wins a World Series with the Red Sox, and then our other good pitcher that left wins a World Series with the Royals this year. Holy fuck! How has everything gone wrong? Everything, everywhere, all at once has gone wrong. Fuck! Oh my god! At least he didn't win World Series MVP. Holy shit! Marcelo Meyer wins NL MVP for San Francisco. Justin Brown wins AL MVP for Oakland. He is a 94. It's fine. AL Cy Young went to Quevedo. NL Cy Young, Jerome Young. Shout out to New Jack. Oh, Steven Batista won the NL batting title. Damian Harp. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad Fernando's still doing... Oh, good. Fernando's getting better. Fernando is getting better with age. Great. Love that for me. He's not declining. He's getting better. Meanwhile, my younger players are getting worse. Why? Why, Pittsburgh? What has the city of Pittsburgh done to deserve this? Kenny Watts just finished second in the AL for Reliever of the Year. Oh my God. Okay, I'm done with 2036. Let's go to the off season. What do you got for me next? Cedric Mullins retires. Cody Bellinger, but Julio Urias makes the Hall of Fame. I mean, 2,500 strikeouts. I take it we won. Yeah, we're crushing it. That's a lot of due contracts. Oh, good. Okay. We need a new manager. I don't think we're going to bring back Mark Pryor. Let's go for Dave Newell. We need a pitching coach. Ichiro Jeffries. We need a first base coach. Mike Waters, even though you're 68. Okay. So, we have a $75 million budget, almost 76. 29-year-old Harper Rivera's deal is up. I think Seattle will take out the Avalanche. I do, and I hope they do. Okay, Harper Rivera, even though he was worse this year than last year, we can't let this guy go. $12 million bucks is a little bit steep. Go 2-year deal with a player option. Maddie with the 5. Why? Every time I'm in pain, people are like, hey, here's some gifted stuff. I'm starting to think you enjoy this.
Taste the biscuit.
Oh, God. All right. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you in all seriousness, but my God. I'm just a sad boy right now.
The biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Okay. Really quickly. Or am I new to my own stream? I don't even know what my life is right now, okay? We need to think about the financials. Darren McCauley's got 1 year left at $5.9 million. There's probably no way I can sign him to that similar contract next year. No one else really has to go. Messer's making 13. I do not see how we keep Juan Guerrero, depending on how much money he wants. When we do have Pablo as a depth option, and knowing that Ricky Gutierrez has 1 year left on his deal, Gutierrez is getting his money from Guerrero. Oh my God, he only wants $6 million. Holy hell, he is willing to take a sweetheart contract. I couldn't sign him long term, but I could sign him up to age 30. I mean, 5.4, 2-year option. We got to debate keeping Juan Guerrero for that price. Even as a DH, he's still very, very valuable. Ramirez could be switched over to right. Messer can play corner outfield as well. Scott Obama making 1.8. Andy Holland's making 3.7. I don't know if we keep Andy Holland after next year. Dale's deal is up. If we were to cut Andy, which is insane. I mean, we don't necessarily need to save the money for this year, but yeah, he might be done after this upcoming year. Dean's deal is up. Gutierrez isn't making anything. Freitas heads to arbitration years after this upcoming season. Ott's only on 1.9. Courtney's deal is up. We know that. Okay. Delgado wants $9 million. 35 years old. He's in decline. He wants 10.5 for 1 year. I could give him that. Oh my God, you know, interest-wise isn't looking good. 2 year with a club option. If he were to accept that, we could do it. Galloway's deal. Jesus, some of these contracts are brutal. If Delgado is released, Montanez, Brandt, Gill, Hughes, you could make the argument to just drop Delgado now. He is in decline. He did have a sub-4 ERA last year. His FIP's Routinely over 4, which isn't abysmal, but it's also not great. For a lot of these guys, it would be a 1-year deal to kick the can down the road. You know? Let's just say, theoretically for Delgado, it was that contract. I want to see what the available budget would look like. We'd go 2-year deal with Guerrero. I can't guarantee you won't further decline. But a 2-year deal with a club option at $5.4 million. There's Galloway, who again would have to be a 1-year deal. We could do 2 with a club option. That actually lowers the value. So it'd be a 1-year deal, like 6.1 would be fair value for him. Courtney wants $11 million. Lewis Courtney wants a very expensive contract. Great player. Has really developed at the plate. Just hit a career high 23 home runs. Honestly, $12 million bucks. He's worth it. He is worth it. And then the 29-year-old Harper Rivera wants $12 million bucks a year. Okay. One more look here. So again, Delgado could theoretically go. It wouldn't hurt us that much. I mean, it would, but it wouldn't. If Galloway and Rivera both go, it's Espinoza, O'Neill, Spencer, Martins, Varela, probably Irizarry. I mean, that would be a pretty big hit to take. What do you do about Guerrero, who could still be our DH? We got to think about next year and the contracts that are due. Gutierrez being the big one. All right, Mr. Rivera. Let's kick this can 1 year down the road. Lewis Courtney, same thing. Kick the can 1 year down the road. That's about all I can offer people are 1-year deals. These two are technically on 1-year deals. That's $46.6 million. We have 76 to work with. If they accept these deals, it's not that bad. If they don't, well then shit, we'll see what happens. But we really can't afford to offer term. Mike Waters goes to Texas. But David Newell is on as our new manager. So first base coach. Let's go for Doug Hawkins. Why not? Old Doug. Also goes to Texas. Fuck you, Texas. What about Alex McGowan? Do you also want to go to Texas? No. None of the 5 have signed. This could be an interesting offseason. Howard O'Neill exercises the $12.2 million option. That's fine. Darren McCauley is also going to be back. We still haven't had anyone sign. Not good. Ichiro Jeffries is on as our pitching coach. All 5 of these guys will be heading to free agency, at least temporarily. And we'll see what happens. Greg Marlin left the Marlins. That's a shame. It was just too perfect. It was too perfect. All right. Well, really quickly, as we do, let's get rid of the randos that we always have to bring in because we haven't drafted enough relievers. Or we have, but we haven't been able to keep all of them. Get rid of all of you. All right. What's the 40-man looking like? There's really no one there that I'm overly concerned about except for maybe Reyna. I just prefer not to lose him. And that reveals Irizarry, who is in a bit of danger. That reveals Kingman. I hope from there we're okay. Rivas is the only player in the arbitration stage. We got to go 2.6 million for 3 years. That's a pretty good deal. And then the other contracts that we have to hand out, we will see. Essentially, our goal here is to send out all of these offers, see how much money is left, and then boost up those offers for those bigger players to try and get as close as we can to using our full budget for the season, knowing that we are solely focused on making sure that we do not lose Gutierrez at the end of next season. Because he is going to be the one to get the big, big contract. Oh, David Sung, you finally dropped to a B potential, unless you've been that way for a while. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. We got Diego and Martin Lopez at catcher. Fodor. Fold the door. Trevor Wells. All right, and the answer in terms of how much leftover money we're going to have is very, very little. Pending offers versus available budget is what we're looking at. This is going to be close. I don't think we're going to have all that much money left over. Oh, good. Fritas needs a deal. Thankfully, it can be $800K for one more year. We are not going to have much left over to pull this off. So, for the most part, the offers that are out there to those 5 are just going to be the offers. And obviously, we could not qualify anybody. We would not have been able to afford all of these other players. So, qualifying was never an option. Yep, we are pretty much to our limit. And even then, yep, it's very, very close and technically a little bit over. Technically. Which means for the moment, I'm going to withdraw that offer. Well, maybe not from Fritas, because he wasn't even making that much. Who got the biggest money offer? I think it was Guzman and left. All right, so yeah, we'll have to go back to Esteban Guzman. Let's see what happens. None of our dudes have any other offers on them right now. We'll see if that means anything. What is going to happen in this offseason? Arbitration's already taken care of. Those 5 are still out there. Harper Rivera is apparently no longer interested in our offer. Did he leave? Delgado is back for 1 year. We have an option for next year. Okay, well, I don't think we can compete with those offers for Harper Rivera. Call it a hunch. Well, 1 year at 12.2. It's close. But yeah, Harper Rivera might be on the way out. Let me go over to Mr. Guzman again. And for Mr. Rivera, if I were to technically offer you that, we would... Oh, we do have a little bit of space to fight for him. I just can't offer him any more money or like any more term than that. We can offer him this contract, though, and it gets us back to max offers, so we'll see what he thinks. I am allowed to resend an offer. Nothing else to worry about yet. Greg Marlin goes... Man, the Reds have been something else in this franchise mode. They really have been. Freitas, who apparently I didn't send that offer back out to, is our last guy unsigned at the moment. Rivera signed. I was not expecting that. I thought for sure he was going to the Yankees. Galloway signed as well. That leaves us Freitas, Courtney, and Guerrero. We have enough money to sign all of them. Still waiting for an answer from all three of them. 40-man's locked in place. Freitas signs. Reds are in for Lewis Courtney. Yankees are in for Juan Guerrero. Go 1 year, $14 million for Lewis Courtney. And see if that's enough. We are right up against our budget. It's close. It's very close. But it'll give us one more year to decide who's worth keeping. And Lewis Courtney has left. A 4-year deal with the Minnesota Twins. And we lose our center fielder, Lewis Courtney. Given his age, he's 32 years old. It kind of is what it is. We couldn't give him long-term, knowing that, well, hey, we might not be able to sign Gutierrez if we do. So, we lose center fielder Lewis Courtney. And we await to see Juan Guerrero's future. What will it be? The tumultuous times of Juan Guerrero. Yankees kind of lowballed him, but they're still in there. And Juan Guerrero departs as well. A 4-year deal out of nowhere from Arizona that he instantly accepts. The Juan Guerrero era is over. New digs in Arizona. They gave him the term that we wouldn't. Again, declined 3 overall points over the last 2 years. Tired of losing. That might have something to do with it. So we lose 2 big pieces this year. That puts us in a really weird spot. But again, Ricky Gutierrez, he's the guy. He's the focus. We're still set up pretty well. Gotta wonder about that 19 fucking million to Chris Montana's. But we are set up pretty well. Jordan Walker gets traded to Milwaukee. I mean, that raises the question, right? Like Montana's, we couldn't afford to lose another starter to keep a 32-year-old center fielder or a first baseman who just hasn't been getting the job done. So, my God, a lot of Rule 5 pickups here. The Angels going nuts. Oh, no, nothing will make me forget the pain of the Bruins losing. Don't worry about that. Nothing will make me forget that. Games 2 and 5, all-time choke jobs. All right, we didn't lose anybody in the Rule 5. Well, I do at least want to take a brief look at what our roster is going to look like. And then we're going to switch over to some Road to the Show for the end of the night. But I'll go ahead and set up the team off stream for simplicity's sake. All right. Contract extensions, Gutierrez. wants a near max deal. But man, if we get that deal done right now, we don't have to worry about it. It does say he's arbitration eligible, though, but he's not. I mean, a 7-year deal, 8-year deal to bring him up to age 35. It's $32.8 million no matter what. Technically, we could give him a player option to opt out on that last year, and we can drop this money offer a little bit. We can negotiate with Rick Gutierrez. Let's see where 29 million puts him. Not bad. What about 28? 28 might be too low. 27? Whoops. 27 look like. 8-year deal with a player option. That's still not too bad. I'm going to go all the way down to 25. 8-year deal, player option. I think we can get as low as 24 million. 8-year deal to bring him up to 35, player option. That's going to be our offer. He wants a little bit more money. I didn't think we'd get an instant offer. 25, 8 years, player option. Still wants more money. If there's a chance that he'll get mad and walk away, then this could end up being a disaster. Well, just like that, we don't have to worry too much about next season. Ricky Gutierrez has signed a deal that'll bring him up to age 34 at the very least. He has a player option for his age 35 season. But Rick Gutierrez is staying. What the rest of this team looks like for this season and heading into next season, that's the big question. Especially after what will be known as the Ronaldo Garcia incident.